Okay, the next topic is time domain specifications. The performance characteristics of a control system are specified in terms of the transient response to a unit step input. And we all know if the system is working satisfactorily for a step input then or standard input signals, then it is assumed that it will work for all other inputs also. So here we are taking the transient response specifications of a second order underdamped system. Underdamped system, uh, we are going to specify the characteristics using a second order underdamped system. The performance characteristics of a control system are specified in terms of the transient response to a unit step input, since it is easy to generate, and if the response to a step input is known, it is mathematically possible to compute the response to any other input. So, step response of a second order underdamped system. It is used to study the time response characteristics. In order to study the transient response characteristics or time response characteristics or time domain specifications, we are using a step response of a second order underdamped system. Step response. What do you mean by step response? Step response is the response of the system if the input is step input. So transient response specifications, that is for a step response of a second order underdamped system. Following are the common transient response characteristics. Uh, we have to study all these characteristics, or these all delay time, rise time, etc. are known as time domain specifications. Different time domain specifications are delay time, rise time, peak time, maximum peak, settling time, steady state error. These are the time domain specifications. Delay time usually denoted by the letter TD, rise time letter by TR, peak time TP, maximum peak MP, settling time TS, steady state error ESS. Now we can see one by one. What is delay time? We have to study the definitions for all these terms. What do you mean by delay time? So we already said, told that is time domain specifications are usually for a step response of an underdamped system. This is the characteristics. This is the time response. This is the time response for an underdamped system. If the input is step input that we already studied. So time domain specifications by using this underdamped step response. Step response of an underdamped system. Step response of an underdamped system. So we have to study all these time domain specification. First, we can study the delay time TD. And what is delay time TD? It is the time taken by the time response to reach 50% of the final value in the first attempt. It is called the delay time. What is final value? The input is step input. Step response means the response of the system if the input is unit step input. The desired output is the reference input, that is step input. So the final response is 1. If the input is step, here we are assuming this is the time response for a step underdamped system with the unit step input. So the steady state value is 1 unit step. So steady state value is 1. So delay time is the time required for the response. Time required for the time response to reach 50%. 50% of the final value in the first attempt. In the first time, it is called delay time. So 1. So 0.5 is the 50%. So this is the time response. So this is TD. This is the delay time. So by this definition, the time required for the time response to reach 50% of the final value in the first attempt. It is called the delay time, usually represented by this TD. Next is rise time. Rise time TR. It is again defined as it is the time taken by the time response to rise from 10% to 90% of the final value. That is for an overdamped system. 10% to 90% of the final value. That is for an overdamped system. And 0 to 100% for an underdamped system. Our system, we are taking the underdamped system. Our case is underdamped case. So we have to take the time required for the time response to rise from 0 to 100% for an underdamped system. It is called rise time. So here, this is underdamped system from 0 to 100%. That is 1. So time response 1. So this is TR. This is TR, rise time. So so for definition, you have to say for both cases, that is the time required for the time response to rise from 10% to 90% of the final value for an overdamped system and 0 to 100% for an underdamped system. It is called the rise time of the system. Rise time, the time required for the time response to rise from 10%, somewhere here, 10.1, 10% to 90% of the final value for an overdamped system and 0 to 100%. That is for an overdamped system. That is for underdamped system. 10% to 90% overdamped and 0 to 100% underdamped. This is our case. Is called the rise time of the system. So delay time, the time taken by the rise time response to reach 50% of the time final value at the in the first attempt. Rise time, it is the time taken by the time response to rise from 10% to 90% in the case of overdamped system and 0 to 100% for an underdamped system. Now what is peak time? Peak time TP. TP. So it is the time again. It is the time taken by the time response to reach the first peak of the time response. It is the time taken by the time response to reach the first peak of the time response or first peak overshoot or first peak overshoot, first peak of the time response or first peak, that is this point. It is called peak time. It is called peak time. It is the time taken by the time response to reach the first peak of the time response or first peak overshoot. It will be the first peak overshoot. Peak overshoot. It is called peak time. It is called peak time. So now delay time, rise time, peak time. Now maximum overshoot. Maximum overshoot is denoted by the letter MP. Maximum overshoot, it is denoted by the letter MP. The difference between this MP, it is the difference between the first peak and the steady state output So from this point to this point, the difference between the first peak and the steady state output. It is called maximum overshoot and it is defined by usually it is defined by maximum percentage overshoot, means you have to put a maximum overshoot into 10 into 100. Okay, maximum percentage overshoot is equal to C T of P, C TP. That is the value of the response when time t is equal to TP minus C infinity, means time the time response when time t is equal to infinity. That is steady state output. That is equal to 1. Actually, the maximum overshoot is the difference between the first peak and the steady state output. So it is mathematically represented like this: CTP minus C infinite divided by percentage of the final value. And what will be the final value divided by C infinite? That is 1. Final value response, final value is 1. So divided by, actually that is divided by 1. Actually, the maximum overshoot is the difference between the first peak and the steady state output. So delay time, rise time, and peak time, and also maximum overshoot. Now, what is the settling time? Settling time, again, it is the time taken by the time response to reach and stay within the specified tolerance band. This tolerance band will be usually it is 2% or 5%. 2% to 5%. We will take either 2% or 5%. 2% to 5% of its final value. It is called settling time. It is called settling time. So settling time, it is the time taken by the time response. What do you mean by settling time? It is the time taken by the time response to reach and stay within the allowed or specified tolerance band. Usually it is 2% to 5% of the final value. That means we have to allow a tolerance value. 2% of the or 5% of the final value. Final value is 1. So this is the tolerance band and the time taken by the time response to reach and stay within this tolerance band. So this time response reach this tolerance band at a time t is equal to Ts. So reach and stay. So the time taken by the time response to reach and stay within the specified range of tolerance band, that is usually it is 2% to 5%. We have to take either 2% or 5%. Now, what is steady state error? The difference between the actual, that we all know. What is steady state error? It is the difference between actual output and the desired output. Actual output and the desired output as time t tends to infinity. It is called steady state error. Desired output is the reference input. So steady state error when time t tends to infinity. Therefore, steady state error is equal to limit t tends to infinity R of t minus C of t. R of t is the desired output, or it is called the reference input. C of t is the actual output. So steady state error. So these are the time domain specifications. These are the time domain specifications, that is delay time, rise time, peak time, maximum overshoot, settling time, and steady state error.